We would like to pay our respects to the elders, past, present and future. They hold the traditions, culture and hopes for Indigenous Australia. This is, was and always will be Aboriginal land. Thank you all so much for coming on this cold and wintry night. This is the Year 12 BC performance of Arthur Miller's The Crucible. We have bathrooms down to your right if you go out the foyer doors. They're the disabled toilets and they have a big light, so you should be able to get to know where they are. We also have a 15-minute interval in the middle of the show, and the gas smell is not a problem. We'll sort it out, don't worry. Thank you. Betty, be hearty. Be hearty, Betty.
Out of here!
Betty, be hearty. Be hearty.
Get out of my sight!
But Betty's going to die!
Oh my God! Oh God, help me! Please. Child. Dear child, Betty. Little one.
Uncle, the rumour of witchcraft is all about. I think you'd best go down and deny it yourself. The parlour's packed with people. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. Let you tell them I confessed it, and I'll be whipped if I must be, but they're speaking witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when you have not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance, but when you leapt out of the bush so suddenly, she took fright and she fainted, and there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I've never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look you, child, your punishment will come in its time, but if you traffic with spirits in the forest, I must know it now, for surely my enemies will, and they will ruin me with it.
But we never conjured spirits.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This girl is desperate. It must come out, Abigail. My enemies will bring it out. Do you understand that I have many enemies?
I have heard it, Uncle.
There is a faction that has sworn to drive me from this pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my own household is discovered to be at the center of some obscene practice.
It was sport!
You call this sport? She is silent. I saw Tituba waving her arms like a dumb beast over that
She always
water.
sings her Barbados songs and we dance.
Tell me true, Abigail, and I pray you feel the weight of truth upon you, for now my ministry's at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done, give me all of it now, for I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There is nothing more, I swear it.
Stop! Abigail, I have sought here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, when some good respect is rising for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer. Your name in the town, it is entirely white, is it not?
I am sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
There is no other reason for your leaving Goody Proctor's service than you have given me?
They want slaves! Not such as I. I will not mask my face for any of them. Let them send to Barbados for that. Goody Proctor is a gossiping liar. I will not have it said that my name is soiled.
Abigail, I have heard it said, and I tell you as I heard it, that she comes so rarely to church this year, for she will not sit so close to something soiled. What signified that remark?
Do you begrudge my bed, Uncle?
Do you begrudge... Mrs. Putnam, come in.
It is a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
What's the stroke of
How
hell?
high did she fly? How high?
No, she never flew, Goody Putnam.
Why, sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her go over Ingersoll's barn and flew down light as a bird, he says.
Now look you, Goody Putnam, she never flew. Ah, Mr. Putnam, come in.
It is a providence. It is a providence. The thing is out now.
What's out, sir? What's out?
What? The eyes are open. Look you, Anne.
Why, that's strange. Ours is closed.
Oh, pray not, your Ruth is sick?
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, driven into them, forked and moved.
Oh, good God, how does she ail?
she must. She never waked this morning, but she walks, hears naught, sees naught, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken surely.
Good God.
They say you've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverley.
A precaution only. Hale is mastered in all demonic arts.
He
and
has indeed, and found a witch in Beverley last year,
Now-
and let you remember that.
Goody Ann, they only thought that were a witch. And I am certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
No element of witchcraft! Now look you, Mr. Parris!
Thomas, we cannot leap to witchcraft. They will howl me out of Salem for such disruption in my house.
Mr. Parris, I have taken part in all your contention here, and I would continue, but I cannot if you hold this back.
Thomas, you cannot.
Anne, tell Mr. Parris what you have done.
Reverend Parris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in this earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more hardy babies born, and yet each would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. And now this year, my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. A secret child she has become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mouth with pulling on her life too. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak for the dead, Mr. Parris.
Goody Ann, it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it on my soul. But who else may surely tell us who murdered my babies?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Parris, and mark this proof. Mark it. Last night my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits. I know it, sir. For how else was she struck dumb, now except the power of darkness would stop her mouth? It is a marvellous sign, Mr. Parris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark.
So you were conjuring spirits last night?
Not I, sir. Tituba and Ruth.
Oh, Abigail, what proper payment for my charity. Now I'm undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. The village needs you. Go to them, speak to them, pray with them. They are thirsting for your word, minister.
In my house, Thomas? In my house? They will topple me with...
Your pardons. I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why are you here? Who is with my Ruth?
My grandma come. She's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze before. Oh, there's a sign of life. I fear no more, Goody Putnam. It were a grand sneeze. Another like it will shake her wits together, I'm sure.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I wish to pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. I think you'd best go down and...
No, I have no word for that crowd. Let us wait till Mr. Hale arrives for that.
Mr. Parris, they are thirsting for your word. Speak to them.
All right, I'll leave them in a psalm, but speak nothing of witchcraft yet. I will not discuss it. I have had enough contention here since I came. I want no more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth, here?
Yes, ma'am.
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
I will, Uncle.
There is a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick? It's weirdish, I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night. Oh, Betty! Betty! Wake up now, Betty! Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and it waked her for a minute. Here, let me have her. Oh, no! Wait a minute. He'll be coming up soon. Now listen, if he be questioning us, tell him that we danced. I told him as much already. And what more? He knows that Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters from the grave. And what more? He thinks he saw you naked.
Oh God!
What do we do? The villagers now have just come from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They've been calling us witches, Abby.
She means to tell, I know it.
Oh, Abby, we've got to tell the truth. Witcheries are drowning now, drowning like they done in Boston 2 years ago. We'll only be drowned for dancing and the other things.
Oh, we'll be
I've
drowned.
never done none of it, Abby. I really watched.
Oh, you're a great one for watching, aren't you, Mary Warren? What a grand peeping courage you have. Betty! Wake up, Betty! Oh, it's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty! I told you, I'll cover it. I told you. My mama! Betty! What ails you, Betty? Oh, fly, Mama! Let me fly! Betty! I told you, I'll cover it. I told you. You tried to blood him! You didn't tell him that! Oh, I say, shut it! Shut it, Betty! You did! You take a chance to kill John Proctor's wife! You take a chance to kill my brother! You never say that again! You will never!
danced. And Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters, and that is all. And mark this. Let either of you spread a word, or the edge of a word, and I will come to you in the dark of some terrible night, and I will bring with me a pointy reckoning and amble shade. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash the heads of my dear parents on the pillar next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night. And I can make you wish that you had never seen the sun go down.
Oh, Abby, is she dead? It's a sin to conjure.
Shut it, Mary Warren.
Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you to leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your ass one of these days. Now get you home!
I'd best be off too, Mr. Proctor. I have my Ruth to watch.
John Proctor.
What's this mischief here?
Oh, she's only gone silly somehow.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. Town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, we were dancing in the woods is all, and my uncle let in on us. She took fright as well.
Oh, you're wicked yet, aren't you? We clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, Abby, that's done.
Come quite fly out to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
See what mischief your uncle's brewing now. Wipe it out of mind.
Oh, John, I am waiting for you every night.
I never give you hope to wait for me.
I have something better than hope, I think.
Put it out of mind. I'll not be coming for you more.
Oh, you're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind the house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. Or did I dream that? It's she put me out. You cannot pretend it were you. I saw your face when she put me out. And you loved me then, and you do now.
That's a wild thing to say.
Oh, a wild thing may say such wild things, but not so wild, I think. I have seen you since she put me out. I have seen you nights.
Hardly stepped off my farm this 7 month.
I have a sense for heat, John. And yours has drawn me to my window, and I have seen you looking up, burning in your loneliness. Do you tell me you've never looked up at my window?
They have looked up.
And you must. You are no wintry man. I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot wake, but I walk about the house as if I'd find you coming through some door.
Child.
Oh, how do you call me child?
I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I reach for you again. Put it out of mind, we never touched.
But we
But
did.
we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sickly
You
wife
speak
be so-
nothing of Elizabeth!
She is blackening my name in the village. She is telling lies about me. She is a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her. Let her turn
You
you
look
let
for
her.
whipping!
I look for John Proctor, who tore me from my sleep and put knowledge in my heart. I I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew what lying lessons I was taught by all these religious women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes. I cannot. I will not. You loved me, John Proctor. And whatever sin it is, you love me yet. John! Pity me! Pity me!
Girl, what's she doing? Why don't you stop that wailing?
What happened? What are you doing to her? Betty! Betty! Betty!
I know not. She just suddenly started screaming.
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name.
God forbid!
Mark it for a sign. Mark it.
Rebecca knows. This is sure a sign of witchcraft afoot.
Rebecca! Rebecca, go to her. We're lost. She suddenly cannot bear to hear the Lord's name.
There is hard sickness here, Giles Corey, so please keep it quiet.
I've not said a word. No one here can testify I've said a word. Does she fly? I hear she flies.
Man, be quiet!
What have you done? Pray, calm yourselves. I have 11 children and I am 26 times a grandma, and I have seen them all through their silly seasons. I think she'll wake in time.
Yes, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
There is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered. Rebecca, she cannot eat. Perhaps she is not hungered yet. Mr. Parris, I hope you have not decided to go in search of loose spirits. I've heard promise of that outside.
A wide opinion is running in the parish that the devil may be among us. I should satisfy them that they are wrong.
And let you come out and call them wrong. Did you consult the Warrens before you called this minister to look for devils?
He is not looking for devils, Mr. Proctor.
What's he coming for?
There be children dying in the village, mister!
I see none dying. This society will not be a bag to swing around your head, Mr. Putnam. Did you call a meeting?
I am sick of meetings! Cannot the man turn his head without a
Oh,
meeting?
he may turn his head, but not to hell.
Pray, John, be calm.
Where is my gold? My contract provides I be supplied with sufficient gold for any proclivities. I am waiting since November for a coin, and even in November I had to show my frost-bitten hands like some kind of filthy London beggar.
Parris,
Why
I
are
have
you
given
dying?
you
You're
6
talking
pounds
about-
to your satisfaction. This is ample.
66 pounds is my salary, Mr. Corey. I am paid little enough.
60 plus 6 for your...
Mr. Proctor, I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well studied in bullshit.
Mr. Corey, you will look far for a man of my kind at £60 a year. I am not used to this kind of poverty. I left a thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I do not fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot offer one proposition in the court without a howling riot of argument. I have often thought that the devil be in it somewhere, for I do not fathom you people otherwise.
Mr. Parris, you're the first minister ever did demand the deed to his house.
Don't a minister deserve a house to live in?
To live in, but to ask ownership is like you should own the meeting house yourself.
I want a mark of confidence, is all. I am your third preacher in 7 years. You people, I do not wish to be put out like the cat when some majority fills the whim. You people seem not to understand that the minister is the Lord's man in the parish. The minister is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted.
Agreed.
There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell is
And
burning.
you speak 1 minute before we land in hell, I am sick of hell.
It is not for you to say what is good for you to hear,
I
Mr.
may
Proctor.
speak my heart, I think.
What are we, sinners? We are not sinners here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you can tell that to your followers.
My followers?
I'm not blind! There's a party in this church! A faction and a party!
Against you.
Against him and against the pure spirit.
Why, then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
Oh, I mean it
Confess
solemnly.
it now!
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority.
No, you cannot break charity with your minister, John.
Oh, what
Clasp
say you?
his hand and make your peace.
Yeah. What say you, Giles? Shall we find a party? They say there's a party.
Aye, if it means I can keep my heart in gold. This suggests to the mind that trouble be among us all these years. Think on it. Wherefore is everyone suing everyone else? It's a dark thing and deep as a pit. I myself have been in prison 6 times already this past year.
Is it the devil's fault that a man cannot say you good morning without you clapping for defamation?
Betty, please.
Betty!
I'm ready.
My children, Betty! Where are my children, Betty? Where are my children?
What have you done?
Mr. Hale, we
You
were
cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It's strange how I knew you, but I suppose you look as such a good soul should. We have all heard of your great charities in Beverley.
Hale, have you met Mr. Putnam and his good wife Anne?
Putnam, I've not expected such distinguished company, sir.
I'm afraid it will be no good today. We look to you to come to our house and save our roof.
Your child ails too.
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Do you then have afflicted children too?
No, these are farmers. John
I
Proctor.
don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches one way or the other. Will you come, Giles?
No, John, I think not. I have a few queer questions to ask this fellow.
Don't you be a sensible man, Mr. Hale, if you'll leave some of it in Salem.
Mr. Hale, will you look at my daughter? I found her on the high road this morning. She looked as though she'd fly.
Tried to fly.
That is sure a sign of witchcraft afoot.
No. Now let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstition in this. The marks of the devil are precise. His presence is as definite as stone, and I must tell you all that I shall not continue unless you are all prepared to believe me if I find no bruise of hell upon her.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will abide by your judgment.
Good then. Now, sir, what were your first warning of this strangeness?
Why, I discovered her and my niece over there dancing in the forest early this morning.
You permit dancing?
No, it was secret.
She supposed to slave his knowledge of conjuring, sir.
We cannot be sure of that, Goody Ann.
I know it, sir. I sent my child. She should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Ann, you sent your child to conjure up the dead.
Let God blame me, not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judging me anymore. It is an actual work to lose 7 children before they live a day.
7 dead in childbirth. Have no fear now. We shall find him out if he has come among us, and I mean to crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If she is truly in the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I am too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, we may open up the boil of our troubles today.
Let us hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope that you do not mean that we go to the devil here.
I wish I knew.
Mr. Hale, I've always wanted to ask a learned man, what signifies the reason of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell, she hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I have woken many a night to find her reading in a corner of some strange book. Now what do you make of it?
Why, that's not
It
necessarily...
discomforts me. Last night, I tried to say my prayer but could not. And then she'd close her book and leave the house. And suddenly, mark this, I can pray.
Ah, the stoppage of prayer. That is interesting. I will speak further on that with you.
I'm not saying she's touched by no devil down, but I'd like to know what book she's reading and why she hides them.
Aye.
She won't answer me, you said.
I will discuss it.
Well, then I best be off. I've a lamb to slaughter. I'll hold you to your word, Mr. Hale.
Aye. Now mark me, if the devil is truly in her, you will witness some frightful wonders in this room, so please to keep your wits about you. Mr. Putnam, stand close in case she flies. Now Betty dear, will you sit up?
How could it be the devil when there are all manner of licentious people in the village?
What victory would the devil have to win a soul already bad? It is the best the devil wants, and who is better than a minister?
That's deep, Mr. Hale, deep, deep. Betty, answer the man.
Does someone afflict you, child? It need not be a woman, mind you, or a man. Is there some figure bids you fly? In nomine Domini Sabaoth sui filique ite ad infernos. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all.
I think I should say that I saw a bathtub in the woods where they were dancing.
We were only washing Betty.
What's were in this bath, Abigail?
Oh, nothing, just water.
Mr. Parris, you did not notice, did you, anything else in the bath? Blood, perhaps?
There may have been some blood.
Abigail, it may be your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
Not I, sir. Tituba.
She called the devil?
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Goody Ann, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke in Barbados.
Did you feel any strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps?
I didn't see no devil. Oh, Betty! Betty!
You cannot evade me, Abigail. Did anyone drink from the bath?
No one drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She did, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I am a good girl. I'm a proper girl. She made me do it. She made me do it. Abby! She makes me drink blood.
Blood?
My baby's blood? No chicken blood. I don't see chicken blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
I do not truck with no devil.
Why can she not wake? Are you silencing this child?
Love me, Betty.
You have sent your spirit out upon this child, have you not?
She sent her spirit on me in church. She makes me laugh at prayer.
She have often laughed during prayer.
She comes to me to make me drink blood.
You bade me to charm. She bade me to conjure.
Don't lie. She comes to me while I sleep. She always makes me dream corruptions.
Betty, why do you say this?
Sometimes I wake and find myself standing in an open doorway with not a stitch on my body. I hear her singing in my sleep. I hear her singing her mother.
Tituba, I want you to wake this child.
I have no power.
You most certainly do! And you will free her from it now. When did you compact with the devil?
Do not compact with the devil.
You will confess yourself or I will wash you to your death, Tituba.
This woman must be drowned. She must be drowned.
No! God protect Tituba. I say I do not wish to work for him.
The devil?
Then you saw him. Tituba, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it is very hard to break with it, and we are going to help you tear yourself free.
I don't believe someone bewitching these children.
Who?
I don't know, but the witches. The devil has himself numerous witches.
Who are they?
There was a woman. A woman.
A woman, you said? What woman?
I don't know. It was pitch black and I couldn't see.
You could see him. Why could you not see her?
Because they were dancing and carrying on and yelling.
Salem witches?
I do believe so, yes.
Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us who they are. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
I know, Mr. Hale, I know.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft, and that speaks a wish to come to heaven's side, and we will bless you, Tituba.
God bless you, Mr. Hale. God bless you.
You are God's instrument, put in our hands to help discover the devil's agents among us. So speak utterly, Tituba. Turn your back and face God. Face God, Tituba, and God will protect you.
God protect Tituba!
How many came to you with the devil? 2, 3, for.
It was for.
Their names, their
How
names!
many times have you made me kill you?
Kill me!
Mr. Parris must be killed. Mr. Parris, no bully man. Mr. Parris, mean man and no gentleman. He made me rise from my bed and kill you! I say I do not want to kill this man. I do not hate this man. But you say you work for me now, Tituba, and I make you free. I'll put you in a pretty dress and I'll put you way up high in the air, so you can fly back to Barbados. And I say you lie, Tubby, you lie! And you come to me one stormy night and you say, look, I have some white people who belong to me. And so I look in there with Goody Good.
Sarah Good!
Oh, I know, Goody Osborne too! I knew it! Goody Osborne was big after me 3 times. I begged her, Thomas, did I not? I begged you not to call her because I feared her. My baby's always shriveling in her hand.
Tituba, you must have no fear to give us all their names. How can you bear to see this child suffering? Look at her, Tituba! Look at her God-given innocence! Her soul is so tender. The devil is out and preying on her like a beast upon the pure flesh of a lamb.
I wish to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of the pure spirit. I saw the devil. I danced for him. I wrote in his book. I saw Sarah Good with him.
Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
It is!
I think you're sad again, are you?
You come so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why, I have no business in
You
Salem.
have business in the court.
Court? What court?
Aye. It is a proper court they have now. There'll be 14 people in the jail now, and they'll be tried. And the court have power to drown them too.
They'll never drown.
Oh, but the deputy governor promised to drown them if they'll not confess, John.
White mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. You must go and tell them it's a fraud.
It is.
Let you go to Mr. Putnam. He knows you well. Tell him what she told you. She said it naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
She did.
Oh, I would go to Salem now. John, let you go tonight!
Well, think of it. I'm only wondering how I may prove what she's told me, Elizabeth. The girls are saying how I think it not so easy to prove she's fraud. The town's gone so silly. She talked to me in a room alone.
You were alone with her.
For a moment, alone.
Why then, it is not
No,
as
for a
you
moment,
told
I'll
us. Do as you wish then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion.
I have
I'll not have
Then let you not earn it.
it! You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail, you must go to hurt. Would you falter now?
Oh, look you.
I see what I see, John.
You will not judge me anymore, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think of it. And she will be our own good. I have forgotten her.
And I?
Spare me. You forgive nothing and forget nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe through this whole house, or 7 months and she is gone. I have not moved from there to there with how I seek to please you, and still there was a funeral marching around your heart. I cannot speak, but I am questioned every moment, judged for lies. Though I come into a court, when I come into this house.
You were not open with me. You saw her in a crowd. You said
please,
that.
my honesty, no
John,
more.
I am
No more! I should have brought you down when you first told me the suspicion. But I wilted, and like a coward confessed. Some dream I must have had to mistake you for God that day, but you're not. Not unless you remember it. But you look sometimes for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you.
How you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? Or if you dare leave this house again?
Please don't have me, Mr. Proctor. I insist we'll shut around in the proceedings all day, sir.
Oh, what are these proceedings here? When we proceed to this house, and you'll pay 9 pounds a year.
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to spend long hours in a chair and pass the time in sewing.
Thank you. It is fair, doll.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I'll wake up early to clean the house tomorrow. I must go to bed now.
Mary, is it true there'll be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now!
Stop your wailing, child.
Goody Osborne will drown!
Drown, you say?
Aye.
Then the deputy governor will permit it?
She sentenced her, she must. But Sarah Good, for Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes made compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his book with her blood.
Surely you know what a jabber she is, you did tell me
Mr.
that.
Proctor, in open court, she nearly choked us all to death.
How? Choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Mary,
She choked me many times, Goody Proctor.
I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When I come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman. She sleeps in ditches and so very old and poor. And then she sit there, Denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and I feel the skin on my skull begin to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air, and then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it was my voice. And all of a sudden I remembered everything she done to me!
Why, what did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she came to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider, and mark this. Whenever I turned her away, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may mumble if she's hungry.
What does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, a while ago, on Monday I think it was, she turned away and I thought my guts would burst for days afterwards. Do you remember it?
Yes, I do, but...
And so I told that to Judge. I thought, and Goody Osborne, says she, what curse do you mumble that this child may fall so ill? And she replies, why, Your Honour, no curse at all. I only say my commandments, I hope I may say my commandments.
That is an upright answer, Mary.
Aye, but then Judge Hathorne say, recite for us your commandments. And of all of the 10, she could not recite a single one. They had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her.
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof, the proof!
I told you the proof, it's hard proof. Hard as rope, the judge has said.
I'm not going to court anymore, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, Mr. Proctor, I will be gone every day for some time now. I am amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It's strange work for a religious girl to drown old women.
Well, I'll not drown them if they confess, you see. I must tell you, Mr. Proctor, I will be gone for every day for some time, and I'm an official of the court.
How dare you!
I'll not be drowned again!
Mary, stay at home from now on!
The devil's loose in Salem, Mr. Proctor. We must discover where he's
I'll
hiding.
drown the devil!
I said to lie today!
I am accused.
Someone mentioned.
Who accused me?
I'm bound by law, I cannot tell it. I only hope you'll not be so sarcastical no more. 5 kings and the judge's deputy sat to dinner with us but an hour ago. I'll have you speak civilly to me from this out.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed no more. I am 18 and a woman.
Oh, do you wish to sit up?
I wish to go to bed.
Good night.
Oh, the nurse! The nurse is up! She wants me dead! I knew a week it would come to this.
No, they heard it.
Oh, and what of tomorrow? She will grab me out until they take me!
Pray, this will calm yourself.
She wants me dead, John, and you know it.
Good evening.
Mr. Hale, good evening.
I hope I did not startle you.
No, it was only that I heard my horse.
You a good wife, Proctor.
Yes, this is my wife, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not off to bed yet.
Oh, no, we not expected visitors after dark. Will you come, sir?
I will. I thought, sir, to put some questions as to the holy character of this household, if you'll permit me.
Why, we have no fear of questions here.
Good then. In the book of record that Mr. Parris keeps, I note that you are rarely in church on Sabbath day.
No, sir, you're mistaken.
26 time in 17 months, sir. I must call that rare.
I never knew I must account to that man where I come to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, sir, why could you not come alone?
Surely I did when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Your house is not a church. Your theology must tell you that. Tell me you have 3 children.
Yes, 3 boys.
How comes it that only 2 are baptized?
Well, as it must be Mr. Parris should lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man, I'll not conceal it.
I must say it, Mr. Proctor, that is not for you to decide. The man is ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
I have... There is a softness to your record, sir, a softness.
You've been too harsh with Mr. Parris. But we shall never love the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenanted woman.
And you, sir?
I'm sure I do.
Let you repeat them if you will.
The Commandments.
Yes, the commandments.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt honour thy mother and father. Thou shalt not bear fault with. Thou shalt not bear fault with false witness. Thou shalt make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
Yes.
Adultery, John.
You see, between the two of us, we do know them all.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in it may be accounted.
There be no luck for the devil in this house, mister.
I pray it dearly. Well then, I'll bid you good night.
Mr. Hale! I do believe you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
Goody Proctor, I do not judge you. My duty is to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the court. I bid you both good health and good fortune. Good night, sir.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you not tell him?
I have no proof of it, except my word be taken, but I know the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Naught to do.
Mr. Parris discovered them sporting in the woods. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail Williams.
Yes.
Abigail Williams told you it had naught to do with witchcraft.
She told me the day you came, sir.
Why? Why did you keep this?
Oh, I had not known until tonight the world's gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense, mister! I have myself examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others that have confessed to dealing with the devil, so they have confessed it.
And why not if they must drown for denying it? No devil that will swear anything before drowning if you never thought of that.
I have. I have indeed. And you would testify this?
I'm not reckoned to going to court, but I will if I must.
Do you falter here?
I falter nothing, but I may wonder if my story will be credited in such a court. I do wonder on it, when such a steady-minded minister as yourself will suspicion a woman that has never lied, and cannot, and the world knows it. I may falter somewhat, Mr. I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me now, for I have a rumour that troubles me. It is said that you hold the belief that there may not even be witches in the world. Is that true, sir?
I know not what I've said. I may have said it.
Then you do not believe?
No, I have no knowledge of it. The holy text speak of witches, I'll not deny them.
And you, women?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot!
I cannot believe that the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she keeps an upright way as I do. I am a good woman and I know it. And if you believe that I may do only good work in the world and yet be secretly bound to the devil, I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But surely, woman, you do believe.
If you say I am one, then I say there be none.
Surely you do not fly against the gospel.
No,
The gospel!
She reads the gospel every day.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
She do not mean to doubt the gospel, Your Honour. You cannot think it to be a holy house, sir, a holy house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized and go you without fail.
John!
Sunday.
John! Charles, what's the matter?
They take my wife! And he's Rebecca!
Rebecca's in the jail.
I, Putnam, come and take him in his wagon. We've just come from the jail now, John, but they'll not let us see them.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend, I beg you, you must speak to the Deputy Governor. I am sure that he mistakes these people.
Mr. Nurse, exactly how is Rebecca charged?
For murder, sir. For the marvellous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies.
Mr. Nurse, believe me, if Rebecca be tainted, then nothing is left to stop the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court. The court will send
You
a
cannot be tried in
Nurse,
court.
though our hearts break, we cannot flinch at these new times, sir. The devil is alive in Salem, and we dare not fail to follow wherever the accusing finger points.
How is such a woman murder children?
Man, remember it till an hour before the devil fell, God thought he
Oh,
did.
Mr. Hale, I never said my wife were a witch. Only that you were reading books.
Mr. Core, exactly what complaint?
Oh, it's that bloody bastard Putnam. You see, he bought a pig off my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and the pig died soon after. So he come running in here for his money back. To my Martha, she says to him, Putnam, if you haven't the wit to feed a pig, you shan't live to own many. And now he goes to the High Courts and tells them that my Martha bewitched them with her books.
Good evening, Mr. Proctor. Mr. Putnam, good evening. Good evening, Mr. Hale. Good evening, all. Hope you do not come on business of the court.
I do, Proctor, I'm the clerk of the court now, you know. I have a warrant for your wife.
She said she will not
I
charge.
know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I've been given 16 warrants tonight, sir, and your wife is one of them.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams.
What proof?
Mr. Proctor, the court bid me to search your house, but I do not like to search your house. Will you please present to me any poppets your wife may keep?
Dolls.
I've kept none since I was a girl.
Goody Proctor, I spy a doll!
No, this
Will you
is
please
Mary's.
hand it to me?
What signifies a doll?
Why, they say it might signify that she... A needle! A needle!
What signifies a needle?
Oh, this go hard with her, Proctor, this go hard with her. I had my doubts. I had my doubts.
Why? What meaning has it?
Abigail Williams. She sat to dinner at Reverend Parris's house tonight, and without word nor warning, she fell to the floor and stuck 2 inches beneath the flesh of her belly. She drew a needle, and she testified that it was your life from the spirit that crossed it in her.
She done it to herself. I cannot take this for proof, mister.
Tis hard!
Yeah, now, Mary, how did this doll come into my house?
What doll's that, sir?
This doll! How did it come into my house?
Why, I think it is mine.
It is yours, is it not?
It is.
And how did it come into my house?
I made it for Goody Proctor and give it to her tonight.
What say you now?
Mary Warren and needle have been found inside this doll.
I made no harm by it, sir.
Stuck the needle in yourself?
I believe I did.
What say you now?
Child, are you certain this be your actual memory? May it be that someone conjures you even now to say this?
Conjures me? Why, no, sir. I'm entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Welcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Or ask Abby. Abby sat beside me while I made it.
Read him out, Mr. Hale. Your mind is surely settled now.
What signifies a needle?
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder! I charged him!
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle was found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me.
Yes.
Why? The girl is murder! She must be ripped out of the world!
Do you hear that? Ripped! Ripped out of the world! You dare not touch the warrant, John! You've ripped the deputy governor's warrant, man!
The deputy governor out of my house!
Proctor! Proctor!
Oh, you are a coward.
Proctor, if she's innocent,
If she's innocent, why is it that never Parris be innocent? Or Abigail? The accused are always holy now. I'll tell you what's walking in Salem. Vengeance is walking in Salem. I'll not give my wife to vengeance.
John, I must go with them!
No, you will not go.
John, I have 9 men outside. I will not budge, the law binds me.
No, will you see her taken?
Proctor, the court is just.
Fear nothing, Elizabeth, I'll fall like an ocean on my course.
Mr. Proctor.
Out of my sight!
Charity, Proctor.
You
Charity.
coward. Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you're a coward now.
Proctor, I cannot think God be provoked by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and drowning is promised. But you counsel among yourselves and think on what may have brought from heaven such thundering wrath upon you all. I shall pray God open up your eyes.
I never heard no murder done in Salem, John.
Go home. Giles Francis will speak on this tomorrow.
Oh, John. That is cursed. Good night, John.
Mr. Proctor's very likely not let her come home once given proper evidence.
You will come to the court with me, Mary Warren. You will tell it in the court.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
My wife will not die for me. You hear me? I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
She'll kill me for saying that. And you'll charge lechery on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you.
I have known it. She'll ruin you with it, I know she will.
Good. The saintliness is done. We'll slide into our pit together, and you will tell the court what you know.
No, I cannot do it. No.
Right your face! Peace is providence. Now heaven and hell grapple on our backs, and all old pretense is ripped away. Make your peace! We are what we always were, but now naked. Naked, and the wind, God's icy wind will blow!
Get up, Giles! Rise, Giles! Mary Warren, what are you about here?
She would speak with the Deputy Governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren was sick in bed?
She were, Your Honour. When I went to fetch her to court last week, she said she was sick.
Who is this?
John Proctor. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware, Your Honour, this man is mischief.
I think you must hear the girl, ma'am. She...
Peace! What say you, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits.
Never saw no spirits!
She has signed a deposition.
No, we accept no depositions. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given out this story in the village?
We have not.
They've come to overthrow the court. This man is...
I pray you, Mr. Parris. Mr. Proctor, I must remind you that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children.
I know that, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out people were sending their spirits against you?
You were pretense.
We cannot hear you!
Pretend, she says.
Ah, and the other girls, Susanna Walcott and the others, they were also pretending?
I...
Indeed.
Surely Your Honour cannot let so vile a lie be spread in open court.
Indeed not. But it strikes hard upon me that a girl should come here with such a tale. Now, Mr. Proctor, whether I decide whether I shall hear you or not, I will remind you this. We burn a hot fire here in Salem. It melts down all concealment.
I know that.
Let me continue. I understand well a husband's tenderness may drive him to extravagance in defense of a wife. Are you certain in your conscience, mister, that your evidence be the truth?
It is, and you will know it surely.
And you thought to declare this revelation in open court before the public?
With your permission, yes.
Now, sir, what is your purpose in doing so?
Why I would free my wife, Your Honour.
There lurks nowhere in your heart,
Nor hidden in your spirit,
any desire to undermine this court?
No. Your Excellencies.
Mr. Putnam,
You'll not deny it, John. When we went to take his wife last week, he damned the court and ripped your warrants.
Now you have it!
he did that, Mr. Hale?
Yes, he did.
No, you were tempering. You know what I did.
Mr. Proctor,
Have you seen the devil?
No, ma'am.
you are in all respects a religious man.
Yes, ma'am.
Such a religious man that won't come to court but once in a month.
Not come to church!
I have no love for Mr. Parris. I'll not conceal it. But God I surely do love.
He plough on Sunday, man.
Plough on Sunday!
I have once or twice ploughed on Sundays. I have 3 children until they see my land give little.
Your Honour, I cannot think you may judge the man on such evidence.
I judge nothing. I will tell you this straight, mister. I have seen some marvels in this court. I have seen people choked to death before my very eyes by spirits. I have seen them stuck with pins and slashed with daggers. I have, until this moment, not the slightest reason to suspect that the children are in fact deceiving me.
Do you understand my meaning?
Danforth, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have lived so long with such a reputation?
Do you read the Gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the Gospel.
I should think not, or else you would know that even a devout man may sin.
Yes, the pure spirit tells us that. But who tells us Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by sending out her spirits on them? It is the children only, and this one will swear she lied to you.
We are ready to hear your evidence.
I come not to hurt the court.
Marshal, go into the court and bid Judge Stoughton and Judge Sewell to declare recess for an hour. And let them go to the tavern if they will. All prisoners and witnesses must stay in the building.
Now, Mr. Proctor, what deposition do you have for us? And I beg you be clear, open as the sky, and honest.
I'm no lawyer, so I'll...
The pure in heart need no lawyers.
Proceed as you will.
Will you read this first? It's a testament of sorts, the people signing it declare their good opinion of my wife and Rebecca, as well as Giles' Martha.
Martha Corey has already met her prosecution.
Murderers! Murderers, you have the devil in you!
Be quiet, man!
I shall not be silent, my lord! You need to go on!
Remove him, Putnam.
You stupid old man!
No, he's an old man, he does not know what he's doing!
The court is a place of justice, not the battlegrounds of the demented. Mary. You must be cleansed.
Putnam, remove this man.
You dare attack the justice of Salem, Giles. You are foolish.
How many names are here?
91.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
No, Danforth, I gave him all my word. No harm would come to them for signing this.
Your Honour, this is a clear attack upon the court.
Every defence and attack upon the court can no
All
one...
innocent people are happy for the courts of Salem. These people are gloomy for it. I think that you should like to know from each and every one of them what discontents them with.
No, Danforth, these are all innocent men and women.
I think they ought to be examined.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter.
It surely does.
I cannot say whether he is an honest man, I know him little. But in all justice, ma'am, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. Send him home and let him come again with a lawyer.
Now, look you, Mr.
I
Hill.
have signed 72 death warrants! I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take life without there be proof so immaculate no qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice.
I have myself signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse. I will not conceal it, Your Honour, my hand shakes yet as with a wound. I beg you, this argument let lawyers present to you.
In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses to prove his innocence. But witchcraft is fact, on its face and by its nature. An invisible crime, is it not? Therefore, who could possibly bear witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. But we cannot expect for the witches to come forward and accuse themselves, granted. Therefore, we must rely upon her victims. And they testify. They certainly do testify. And as for the witches, none will deny they are most eager to hear our confessions. So, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point, have I not?
But this girl claims the children are not truthful, and if they are not...
That is precisely what I am about to consider, sir. What more may you ask of me unless you doubt my probity?
I surely do not, ma'am. Let you consider it then.
And let you put your heart to rest. Your deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like...
Mr. Parris, I bid you be silent! Now, having established he will set the gate, Mr. Putnam, go into the court and bring the children out. Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for his deposition?
No.
Has he threatened you?
No.
Has he threatened you?
No.
Then you tell me you sat in my court, callously lying when you knew people were drowned by your evidence.
Answer me! I did!
I will tell you this, Mary Warren. You are either lying now or you are lying in the court. In either case, you have committed a crime of perjury and will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary Warren.
I cannot lie no more. I am with God. I am with God.
Abigail Williams, rise! Mary Warren has given us a deposition in which she swears she never saw familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims as well that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. Is there any truth in this?
No. Children, a very auger bit will now be turned into your souls until your honesty is proven. Do either of you change your positions now? Or do you force us to hard questioning?
There is naught to change. She lies.
Mary Warren, you would still go on with this?
I would.
A doll were discovered in the Proctor's household, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you, Abigail Williams, sat
describe her report as she made it, and that she did indeed stick her pin into it for safekeeping. What say you to this?
It is a lie.
While you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you ever see dolls in that house?
Goody Proctor always kept dolls.
No. Danforth, Mary-Warren already confesses it was hers. My wife has not been a girl these 15 years.
But a doll will keep 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept, but Mary-Warren swears she never saw any dolls in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been dolls hid where no one ever saw them?
There might also be a dragon with 5 legs in my house, but no one's ever seen it.
We are here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
What profit this girl to turn herself about? What may she gain but hard questioning and
Mr.
worse?
Proctor, you are charging Abigail Williams of a marvellous cool plot to murder. You do understand this, right?
I do, Your Honor. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife?
Oh, as a child no longer. Hear me, inside of the congregation, she were twice this year put out of the meeting house for laughter during prayer.
Laughter during
Your Honor, she were under Tituba's power at that time, but I promise you she is solemn now.
Mary-Warren.
You say you never saw no spirits, and were never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil, or the devil's agents.
No!
And yet when people accused of witchcraft confronted you, they said you would faint, saying you sent your spirit out to choke them.
It were pretense!
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times, your skin were icy.
I saw this many times.
No, she was pretending, Danforth. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can she pretend to faint now?
Now?
Why not? For now there are no attacking spirits, for no one here is accused of witchcraft. Why not turn yourself cold? Why not pretend you were being attacked? Why not faint? Faint!
Faint!
Faint! Faint! Prove to us that you lied in the court so many times!
I cannot faint now!
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell!
Might it be that here we have no afflicting spirit loose, but in the court there were some?
I never saw no
Then
spirits!
see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your own will, as you claim!
I cannot do it!
Then you will confess, will you not? In where attacking spirits made you faint.
No, sir!
Your Honor, this is a trick to blind the court.
This is not a trick! I really thought I saw spirits, but I did not!
Thought you saw them.
But I did not!
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell that! All the other girls were screaming, and you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe it, and you were only smart in the beginning, and then the whole world cried, spirits, spirits, and I promise you, Danforth, I really thought I saw them, but I did not!
Surely your Honor is not taken by this simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you search your heart and tell me this, and beware of it. To God every soul is precious, and its vengeance is terrible on all that take life without cause. Is it possible that these spirits you saw were some sort of illusion only? Some deception that may cross your mind when you think to...
I have been hurt, Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murdered every day because I have done my duty in pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward. To be mistrusted, denied, questioned like a child.
We do not mistrust...
Beware of it, Danforth. Think you be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Oh, beware of it.
Oh, what is a child?
I know not. It is a witch. Abby!
She is called Toucher!
They're pretending, Danforth!
Why did you send this shadow on me?
Lord, save me! It's a witch! A witch!
Abby, don't do that!
Send your spirit out there, Ruben!
What does she say? No! Let me go! I cannot do it! Spirit! Take away such shadow!
How do you call heaven? Oh! scream to stab me with it.
You will prove this. This will not pass.
I have known her.
You are a lecher?
In the proper place. When my beasts were bedded, on the last night of my joy, some 8 months past. She used to serve me in my house. My man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. I've paid much to learn it. My wife, is a good wife. Saw her for what she is, and soon put her out on the high road. And being what she is, a lump of vanity. She means to dance with me on my wife's grave. And well she might, for I thought of her softly. God forgive me, there is a promise in such sweat. It is a whore's vengeance. Danforth, my wife were innocent except she knew a whore when she saw one.
Why did you give me such looks? I will not take such looks!
Abigail Williams, you will stay where you are. Mr. Parris, go into the court and bid Goody Proctor come out.
Your Honour, this is all a...
Bring her out! Tell her not one word of what's been spoken and not before you enter. Now, we shall touch the bottom of this swamp. Mr. Proctor, your wife, you say, is an honest woman.
In her life, Your Honour, there are them that cannot sing and them that cannot weep. My wife cannot lie. I've paid much to learn it.
And when she dismissed Abigail Williams, it were for a whore?
Yes, ma'am, she would never lie.
And she knew her for a whore?
Knew it deeply.
Good then. And if she say it were for a whore, let mercy be spread on your souls. Halt! Turn your back.
Turn your back!
Do likewise, Mr. Proctor. Let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. You will stare in my eyes and my eyes only. No one in the room is to speak a word aye or nay. Enter! Mr. Putnam, you will report this testimony in all its exactness. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Come here, woman. You will look in my eyes only and not at your husband. In my eyes only.
Yes, ma'am. We have come to believe that you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That is true. For what cause did you dismiss her? You will look in my eyes only and not at your husband's. The answer is in your memory and you need no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me. In what way dissatisfied you?
Look at me! Were she slovenly?
Lazy.
What disturbance did she cause?
Oh, Your Honour, in that time I was sick. My husband is a good and righteous man. He is never drunk a summer, not wasting his time at the shuffleboard, but always at his work. You see, in my sickness I was a long time sick after my last baby, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat
Did he indeed turn from you?
No, my husband is a goodly man.
Then he did not turn from you.
Look at me! To your own knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of adultery? Answer my question, is your husband a lecher?
Remove him!
No, Elizabeth, tell the truth!
Remove him!
I confessed it!
Remove him!
Please, she only thought to save my good name.
Your Honor, it is a natural lie to tell. I beg you stop here before another is condemned. I can shut my conscience to it no longer. Private vengeance is working through the testimony. From the beginning, this matter struck me true.
She spoke nothing of adultery, and this man has lied.
I believe him. This girl has struck me false. She has always.
Begone, I say! What do you see, child? What do you see? Who's on the beam? Behind the rafters! Where? My face! Oh my! Why do you come, Shadow?
What shadow? I see no shadow.
My face! My face! Oh.
Mr. Hale,
Be quiet!
you see shadows?
Be quiet! I can't make my face. You cannot want to tear my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary. Oh, Mary! It is a black art to change your shape. Oh, I cannot stop my mouth. I cannot. It's God's work I do.
Pretending Danforth.
Don't hurt me, Mary!
Look, lies, the whole lie.
Mary, please don't hurt me! I'm not hurting her! Why does she see this vision? She sees nothing! She sees nothing! I'm here! I'm here! Very good! Control your spirit now to turn! Have you contacted the devil? Never! And why did they only repeat you?
Stop it!
Telling you, mister. You cannot believe him! Mary, goddamn so liars.
What do you say? I cannot hear you. You will confess yourself or you will drown. Do you know who I am? I say you will drown if you don't open with me.
I'm in the pure spirit. Do that which is good.
Doing this right.
Say nothing!
Confess his power. Speak. She's coming down. She's watching the beam. Will you speak?
Stare him in the face, trample him.
Watch out.
Save you.
Watch out. She's coming down.
Mary,
No,
tell me
don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Mary!
You're the devil's man!
Praise God!
Mary, how?
You're the devil's man! You come with me by night and every day to sign.
Sign what?
The devil's book! My name, you want my name? I'll murder you, he says. If my wife drowns, we must go and overthrow the court.
He bid you do the devil's work.
No, I'll not drown with you no longer. I love God, I bless God, and he'll never hurt you again.
What are you? You are combined with the devil, are you not?
Excellency.
I will have nothing from you, Mr. Hale. Mr. Proctor, will you confess yourself, be fouled with hell, or do you keep this black allegiance yet? What do you say?
I say, God is dead! Hear it! Oh, a fire is burning Danforth. I hear the boot of Lucifer. I see his filthy face, and this is my face. And yours, Danforth, for them that quail to bring men out of ignorance, as I have quailed, and as you quail now, when you know in all your black hearts that this be fraud. and raising up a whore.
I denounce these proceedings. I quit this class.
Mr. Hale! Mr. Hale!
Wash them, cleanse them. Who weeps for these, weep for the corrupt.
Giles Corey, you are on trial for the attempted murder of the higher members of the courts of Salem.
Please, Giles, confess! Confess to your wife, Martha! Confess with a pure spirit!
Never! In all my years of Salem have I seen such corruption. Such distance from the pure spirit. We all may have the devil in us, but the church acts as his haven so he may purge Salem with his fire. I will die an innocent man. I cannot say the same with you.
The Lord has no respect for the stubbornness of an old man.
Nor his insistence to disrupt the churches.
Please, let me die in peace.
I beg you, confess! Look at Giles, there is
Rebecca,
no honor
step forward!
Rebecca, confess and you will be saved.
You have been accused of witchcraft, for bewitching young girls.
I fear nothing! Another justice awaits us all, and I am innocent! You priests and judges, what will the Lord think about the drowning of innocents?
Rebecca, confess! You will be saved.
I am saved.
Saved.
Yes, I am saved.
You will burn for this, all of you. Oh. Oh.
Francis Nurse, step forwards. You have been accused of conspiring with the known witch Rebecca Nurse. How do you plead?
I am innocent. But drown me, Danforth, if that will give you power.
So be it.
Francis, I'm sorry.
Elizabeth Proctor, step forward.
No. Elizabeth, think of your honor.
I am. Confess and you may repent behind bars.
Oh, please, Elizabeth, confess for me!
I will not confess. I will not live in shame.
Oh.
You mistake justice for vengeance.
No, please. Please, let her go!
John Proctor, step forward. You have been accused of adultery, blasphemy, and the sedition of the people of Salem.
I am not a perfect man. I have sinned in my time. And I will not kneel before corruption and lies. When will you see the truth?
Hale! You seem hurried.
I am
Where's the road leading?
away from Salem. Away from the devil.
But the devil no longer walks in Salem.
The devil no longer walks in Salem. Parris! Salem is no more. The houses are burnt to ash and the people's lungs full of water, and for what? We haven't rid the world of evil or defeated the devil, merely contributed to the things we once decreed as sin.
You're wrong, Pastor. I'd rather the town be burnt to the ground than it contains such evils.
Have we not become the devil?
No. We are the force the devil fears. The reason he may not lay waste to the world. We are the protectors of purity, of truth. And I worry that you speak of such things, Mr. Hale, as if there is no truth at all.
There is truth. In the printed text, but not in the follies of man.
Don't you see, Mr. Hale? We are God's hands. We mold the world through his teachings and destroy the evils with clenched fists.
But we are not God! We are thankful and what happened today was wrong!
What happened today followed the teachings of God, and you will be quick to remember that.
I'll be quick to remember such lies, such deceit. You may strike fear into the hearts of the people of Salem and even to the high courts, but no such tricks will work with me. The church can no longer hold the words of God, yet we move further still from such teachings.
Why? Because man's road to heaven trickles with the blood of sinners.
No! Because the blood of sinners hides the work of angels. They have been in Salem this whole time.
Ah!
sore and a little bit sick in the stomach, we achieved our purpose. I want to be really, really brief, but there's one thing I have to say. This is a Year 12 class. It's not a school production. This is a class of students that undertook this subject and have spent 9 months, and everything you see on stage today, they created, not me. I, in particular, want to say that Roy, if you can hop out, Roy directed. Idea on this stage came from these two, Andreas. Andreas opened the theatre for me, closed the theatre for me. He organised absolutely everything, and I couldn't have done it without him. I'm really, really serious. Thank you so much, Andreas. Yeah. Say that all of the music, including the soundtrack music and the vocals and the songs, were original. Composed, played the instruments, sang the songs from scratch. Everything that you see, set design, was created by the students, so if my set design students can stand forward, please. Of a 9-year-old in the audience who made the middle post. Tom, if you want to stand up. Okay, costume, everything. These kids have been to op shops, they've been to Kmart, they've gone through their drawers, I mean, everything that you saw in here. I didn't get a costume. They got them all, they made them, they sewed them, they put them together, they borrowed them. Stand forward, costume. And we had 2 students constantly changing and working on the script. So if I could have the script writers standing here. We tried to get them to change it so much that we don't have to pay any rights. That's happening. Now, one student, the lighting that you saw tonight, one student was responsible for all of that. And they enlisted the help of 2 Year 10 students, Lewis and Mateo. But you know what? I still don't know how, but we actually nearly had 3 full houses. So, congratulations. costume, but we have someone that's passionately involved with makeup and loves makeup. Come forward, Bella. Left in her house, let's put it that way. She is phenomenal and has provided so much for this and put the makeup on everyone, and it's just amazing. Thank you so much. A week ago, I sort of thought, you know what, I want to get out from behind the wings and see the show, so we said, Alfie, would you like to just run backstage and be stage manager? A week ago. Last November in our early commencement program for 11s going into 12. It has been Tuesdays and Thursday rehearsals till 6 o'clock every night for the entire year. We're exhausted. Is it a holiday? No, we just had them. We are exhausted. No word of a lie, started crying in Act 3 just before. I wouldn't. You've made me so proud. I'm actually just in awe of what these students have done. I'm in awe of what you've done. Okay, the direction of this play, it's not a naturalistic play. They've chosen theatre of cruelty and German expressionism, and they took a naturalistic play and they created what I thought was absolutely the most powerful piece of theatre that I've ever seen. Thank you.
Thank everyone here for coming. You are supporting junior theatre. It's very important. We have been putting so much hard work for this. I would love to thank my entire ensemble for dealing with me and Andreas over the course of the year. We were difficult sometimes, and it was such a rocky road, and we just finally got here in the end, and we are all just so proud of each other. And as a group, we all just came together and worked together, and this is something that we will always remember, because this was just an amazing performance season. We would actually still love to thank Jen, because she was awesome support throughout the season. For coming and seeing our production of The Crucible. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful evening. Good night.